container. As Africans and as Nigerians, it's very important for us to withhold judgment a bit when we are analyzing the matters of our space. We must do that with the assumption that principles are universal, but experiences are peculiar. And the peculiarity of experience should, in clear terms, govern our thinking and, of course, our behavior as we continue to exert the kind of energy that can set us free as a people, either economically, politically, corporately, or in any way. The way to go, really, is to ask ourselves questions about who we are and why we think the way we think, why we embrace options the way we embrace options. It will be very wrong an assumption to try to identify what problems are from a particular point of view. I need to state it clear that a critical part of what we deal and struggle with in the corporate world, that we deal and struggle with in the economy, we deal and struggle with within the family system, we deal and struggle with everywhere. Principles don't have types, really. It's either they are working or they are not working. Hard work is hard work anywhere, regardless of the sensitivity of the location. So, we have to ask ourselves about how do we pass the test of universality without compromising the test of locality. Because we know that the strength of any material, and I'm going somewhere, I'm going to take you on a big journey, the strength of any material is in its universal appeal, its global relevance, its universal weight, its international compliance. So this wristwatch, for example, will have to be a wristwatch in every country, regardless of the experiences there, all right? Regardless of how complex or pressurized the contents in that environment is. A wristwatch must pass the test of universality to be accepted as a wristwatch. Are we together?
Yes.
So, if you have a shoe, the shoe must be a shoe in Iraq, where there is a war. It must be a shoe in Switzerland, where there is incredible peace. It must be a shoe anywhere, whether it's raining, it's snowing, or it's hot. The idea is that it has passed the test of universality. Okay? And we must push our people to try to seek to pass that test. Okay? A millionaire in our environment, may not be a millionaire once he crossed the border to the United Kingdom. He has passed the test of locality in a way, but he has failed that of universality in that his millionaire status is strengthened by a weak currency. Meaning that even if he crosses to a weaker country like Zimbabwe, he can even be a bigger millionaire. Except that he'll be eating a loaf of bread for 2 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Just him. So the idea is, when we are passing that test, we need to be sure that the guys in Beijing, and the guys taking decisions in Florida, and the guys taking that decision in Bombay, Joburg, or in Cairo, are understanding the principles that we are working with. But we can't do that so much and discount that which defines our authenticity and our originality as a people, but most especially the one that captures the events, the issues in our country. We are supposed to be a third world nation. And third world nations do struggle with some issues, essentially economic issues and socio-political, socio-economic issues. These are realities. It is almost impossible to define the African or to define the Nigerian without underscoring its economics. It's so important because the average Nigerian is not working for any company. The average Nigerian is not working for any vision. He's working for himself. Somebody told me that, well, we should talk to Nigerians to work for themselves. I said, I thought Nigerians have been working for themselves. Really? Because you don't need to tell a Nigerian to work for himself. He doesn't work for you. He works for himself, but he works with a different set of assumptions. He's working for himself. Every time he's coming to work, it's not coming because he respects the vision. The vision itself have reasons to attract sabotage. Because when you look at it deeply, what concerns created this vision? A lot of what we call vision statements and mission statements are just adjectives to describe a simple word, comfort and convenience and more money. So, by the time you want people to pretend that they don't know that all of these instruments of defining a corporate entity are not really true in our space, people don't see vision statements the way we should see them, the way they are in some other environments. the way the average Nigerian thinks when it comes to managing some of these realities is wired and programmed to pretend that the tools he's experiencing every day are true and meaningful, even if he acts completely contrary to the principles that he holds so dear. The way it works, therefore, is if we take it from the roots, we'll see that, look, some of what we call misbehavior are justifiable. When people make money from the mediocrity of the system, you need to take a second look at that system before you can criticize it. Because, for example, Nigerians don't have 24-hour power supply. If you don't have that, if you have a right, for example, to say, we should have 24-hour power supply. That is a great statement. Nobody can fault you. But when you think that 8 constituencies eat from that lack of power supply, the people who import big generators, the people who import small generators, the people who sell spare parts of small generators, the people who sell spare parts of big generators, the people who fix big generators, the people who fix small generators, the people who sell diesel to big generators, and the people who sell diesel to small generators. 8 constituencies employing millions of people. So you want to wake up overnight and tell those people that they have been wrong for doing what they are doing. I would have thought that those people are fantastic guys, in that you taught them that if you're an entrepreneur, part of what you need to do is to find problems and to solve them. For over 50 years, these guys have found a problem of darkness. They have accepted responsibility to solve it. So they are playing their role in how this can be solved. We should be expressing gratitude to them. We should not be telling them as if they are wrong for selling generator, or if they are wrong for selling diesel, or trying to manage all of that. Now, when you want to now solve your problem, you just woke up and decide that you are now ready for peace. If you are now ready for a new level of experience, you should not discount the contribution of faithful people who have held forth in the system and gave us an alternative power center to the one that we deserve as a people. Now, if they have done that, you now need to change heart. You should reward them and say thank you. Now, you are not doing that. Every Nigerian is waking up in the morning and saying, we want 24-hour power supply. The guys in these 8 constituencies are wondering what is going on. Are we the devil? Did we do anything wrong? In our history, I thought we have solved problems. So they form the pressure group and they talk to each other and they collect dues. And from their dues, they are collecting billions every year. So they rather go and give NEPA 1 billion of those dues to keep the system poor and keep the system mediocre. Since you are not ready to respect the exercises that you have given for over 50 years. So they will rather keep it small because they are eating from the mediocrity of the system. They are eating from the imbalance of the system. Am I talking to everybody here? Sure. So they are doing all of that, and you have to respect that. You cannot discount that. So if you really want to solve that problem, you need to initiate something like a gratitude, experience for them, and say you have been faithful for a very long time. What we now need to do is that we are changing our economy. We are moving from this kind of economy to, say, a new economy driven by solar or renewable energy or some kind of energy, coal technology or whatever it is, nuclear, whatever. We are moving there. What we are going to do is that the government has spent maybe $10 billion to research the new economy. We have created 64 business plans for different players to play a new role and going somewhere in the new economy. We are giving you, to say thank you to you, the room to diversify in 10 years into the new economy. You are employing people right now who don't have the skills of the new economy. The government is willing to take 50% cost of training of the people in the old economy and transport them to the new economy. Because if you have 24-hour supply overnight and you have new people doing that job, what's going to happen to the remaining guys who are employed in the old economy? They're going to increase crime, of course. They're going to have to steal and find a way to meet their survival, isn't it? So to stop that and not create a problem by solving a problem, you have to first of all reach out to those people and then train them so that they can build the new skills in the new economy. And then maybe give some tax cuts, some tax discounts, and say if you can diversify in 5 years or you can diversify in 3 years, you have these tax cuts and whatever. The idea is that you are saying to them, you have not been fooled and you have not been mean for choosing to be part of this industry. You are respecting the peculiarity of the situation that our people are dealing with. People want to have a road without traffic. They want the potholes to be fixed.